Hey! Hello, viewer. It's a Saturday, November 12th, 2022. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all very, very well today. On this evening stream, we discuss the winner of the voters' choice, meaning you chose the film, folks. The winner was, drumroll, da 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 da. It was Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. As I always say, folks, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? I think we should. First up, set your Jedi power wands to stunning and brave. He produced today's show. We have the wonderful, and he is not Brian.
Good evening, Brown. Good evening to the chat. How are things this fine, and very mild November evening?
Is it? I thought it was quite nippy outside.
Right.
Are you well?
It's tropical up these parts. Yes, I'm very well. How's your good self?
The gardening has been back on, mate.
Oh dear,
I've been shoveling. I have shoveled over 1.5 tons of soil this past 24 hours. I'm fooked.
Buried any bodies?
Only my own. So you're well, Brian. Great. Thank you for producing the show. Absolutely top draw, mate. Thank you.
Not a problem. I'm very well, thank you.
Shall we get the next guest out?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. From a galaxy far, far away, especially if there's a VPN involved, it's the golden reach around droid of choice. You know it is, don't you, Brian?
No.
It's Z3PO.
Oh, good evening, you big, fat, hungry slags.
Hello, Z. You well?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm looking forward to reviewing this film, which I love very much.
Have you sorted Uncle Owen out? So you know, no interruptions tonight?
No interruptions whatsoever. I shall be here in my glory, basking in the magnificence of this movie.
And what a great movie it is, too.
Did you know that this movie has not one, but 3 protocol droids in it?
Shit!
This is why it's one of my favorites.
You know what my next question is?
It's get out the next greasy guest.
Oh, yes. Next. Watch out. War and Peace. Da-da-da-da-da. It is Echo Base Swap Shot.
Well, hello, Mr. Brown. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. Hello, guests. How is everybody doing this fine Saturday evening?
Hello there.
I'm quite excited to watch this film, by the way.
You well, mate?
Yes, I'm filling my pants with anticipation for Empire Strikes Back, the definitive version. This is not the original.
It is.
This is not.
Which version is this, Frank?
Despecialized. This is not the special edition. This is Adiwan's version, according to Not Brian. And I'm so excited to see it again. Even though I'm not watching the movie, just seeing the slides is enough for me. So this is going to bring all my favorite memories back, because this is how I remember Empire Strikes Back, not the original version. This is how I remember it, with all the extra bells and whistles and color correction and extra bits of special effects here and there. And oh, it's glorious.
It is, isn't it?
Sorry,
Shall we get the next guest out? Shall we get the next guest out?
No.
Right, okay, so... okay, and last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. He goes to the Selfridges cinema, apparently. You know the rest and all that shit. He is the great Mega Geek himself. I've completely forgot those lines. Here he is. It is, because it's very, very, very relevant to this stream, but moving on. The Mega Geek is here, folks.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Today?
Hey, woo.
Yeah. Yeah, Empire
How you
Strikes
doing?
Back, my favorite movie. Yeah, I'm doing really well, and it's good to see my friends again. I'm taking one last look at my friends. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
on that classic line, we could actually. I think everybody in the chat would be quite satisfied if we ended the stream now on those classic.
Yeah, I know.
On that classic line.
And also, you shouldn't really say it's episode 5 because, as far as I'm concerned, there are only 3 good Star Wars movies, and this is episode 2 for me, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
Yeah, so there you go. That's just me, though. There you go.
you're a purist, though, aren't you? So
I am
okay,
indeed.
so let me press some buttons. Whee! Volume 160. Can you believe it? Jesus. Star Wars Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. Full movie discussion. Should we do some blurb? I'll quickly blast through this. Runtime 2 hours 4 minutes. Certificate U. Release date UK May 21st, 1980. US was June 20th, 1980. I did not know. Directed by Irvin Kershner, written by Leia Brackett, screenplay, Lawrence Kasdan, screenplay, George Lucas story, the cast, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, Harrison Ford, Han Solo, lost money, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, Billy D. Williams, Landau Calrissian, and obviously all the other guys. Produced by Jim Bloom, Howard G. Here we go. Kazanyan, Gary Kurtz, George Lucas. I think he was an exec. Robert Watts, exec. Music, The Mighty. This is peak. John Williams. The budget was 18. That's $18 million. Most of it George Lucas's money, wasn't it? Gross worldwide, it's not a bad return. $538 million and a few $1,000. So it's not bad, is it? So I will just say, first of all, I'm being very rude. Shall we just say hello, chat? Hello, chat. We can see you. I've been very rude. Sorry, I was so desperate to get going, I forgot everybody in the chat. Hello, chat. We can see you. So, here we go. Miss Brown Alliance, free eye test. Please like, share, subscribe, all that usual stuff. Movie poster. And what a nice poster it is, too. Can you see that? Okay, so I will ask the guests their initial thoughts, feelings on The Empire Strikes Back. So who shall I choose first? I think the guy who produced the show. So, not Brian.
Yes.
What do you like this film?
No, it's no Last Jedi, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, nothing is.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yes, this is in fact my favourite Star Wars movie out of the lot. Although I think I didn't see it until several years after it came out. I think my first viewing was at school, believe it or not, on the old
Wow.
VHS that they bring out on the trolley back in the day. But I had all the toys a couple of years before, and we almost didn't need the film because we made up our own stories and everything else. So I think most of this had leaked long before I saw it. But sadly, I watched 3 episodes of Andor back to back this week.
Whoa,
And then-
whoa.
And then went on to do the slides and watch this. And you know, it just cannot compare. It's a different animal, don't get me wrong, but it really cannot compare. And doing the slides this week was an absolute joy. That you almost don't need the soundtrack or the audio on this. You know everything that's happening. You know every single word. Or if you've watched it as many times as we all probably have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's so many iconic scenes. In fact, it was tragic actually trimming them down. There was so many I wanted to keep in. I think the characters, the chemistry, the pacing, acting, even the effects for its time are all fantastic. There's some, what I noticed on watches when I was a bit older was some of the wisdom from Yoda in there. There's a lot of nice little bits of advice. And as for Luke is just, fuck your Jake Skywalker. This is the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely my favourite film out of the lot.
Z?
I love this movie. This is my second favourite film, only just behind Revenge of the Sith, 4-hour edit with the Season 7 Clone Wars editions. This is a masterclass in subverting expectations. There's no happy ending to this film, but you can still watch it again and again, and you empathise with every single thing that the characters are going through. I watched it last night twice.
What?
Wow. Yeah. I watched the special edition and then followed it up with the Building Empires documentary.
Oh, nice.
And I was glued through the whole thing. Absolutely riveting. And it's great because we did this randomly about a year ago, didn't we?
Yeah, a little snippet, wasn't it? What we did, just
Yeah, had a lot of fun on that stream. Let's do the same on this one.
Indeed, that's what we try to do on every stream. But moving on, Echo Base, your thoughts?
Oh, what I haven't said already. It's got Hoth in it, isn't it? It's my favourite place in the entire Star Wars galaxy.
We're not talking the Hoth.
Oh, not the
Moving
Hoth.
on.
The Hoth. No, we're talking the planet that should be called Koldth, but it isn't for some strange reason. Is
it salt?
It's not. Thankfully, it's not made by a fucktard, so no. And the place should be inhospitable, hostile, and absolute hell. But I still want to live there because Echo Base is probably the coolest, and not literally the coolest place to ever exist on cinema film. And it takes me back to a magical time of my childhood of being about 7, 8 years old. And I was always into snow and building stuff outside whenever it was snowing anyway. I just loved that time of year. And to have to combine that with Star Wars was just sent me stratospherically excited. And I never got taken to see this in the cinema, and I wanted to, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's piss poor, that.
For some strange reason, and I wouldn't spit up about it. And my parents and my grandparents, something was going on to stop them taking me. They were too busy or something anyway. And it got taken off the cinema before I had a chance to go and watch it. Can you believe that? And this film got an extension at the cinema as well, I think, back in the day. And I still never got took to go and see it. So I had to then endure the next, 3 years until Return of the Jedi came out, of everyone saying how amazing Empire Strikes Back was. And I had to just live it through their memories and what they said about it, and the action figures and the comics and everything. So I'd seen and knew everything about this movie by the time I actually got to see it on VHS. So nothing surprised me about it, but it didn't ruin it for me in the slightest. I still utterly, utterly loved it. Even though it was on the small screen, even though it was all spoiled for me already, even though I had all the toys, everything, I was just so into all the merch, the figures, you name it. Seeing the movie just added to the hype for me, even though should have been just all about the movie. The movie was just kind of like an addition to The Empire Strikes Back for me. So when Jedi came out, I was like, that was my movie. That was my favorite Star Wars movie. So this one wasn't, but I can't really put this one or Jedi above each other. They're both very, very, they're both the same for me. They're both the same quality and nostalgia. But god damn, man, this film, it's just mind-blowing. The production design, the peril, the action, it was relentless story, the pacing of it, the music, the outfits, Vader and Luke having a fucking amazing fight. We see the Emperor for the first time. Just there's so many great new things that it added to the Star Wars mythos after we thought we'd seen everything with Star Wars, the greatest world-changing event in cinema history. Then Empire Strikes Back comes out and knocks it into a cocktail. It's like, what on earth? This is incredible. So yeah, just to talk about it today, man, I'm buzzing already.
Never. Ian, you like this?
He's going to talk about when he saw the celebrities, isn't he?
Sorry about that. Yeah. No, not really. Everybody knows that story, so why should I tell it again?
Yeah, I think you should at some point.
Yeah, why not?
Well, okay, right. So I saw Empire Strikes Back. I can't remember. I think it must have been in my 20s. I'm not sure when I saw it, but I just love everything about this movie. In fact, I went to see it again when they re-released it in the cinema. It was during COVID, or when we're just coming out of COVID, where everybody was scared to go out, and they had. I think it was celebrating its how many years? in the
40th,
cinema?
I think it was
40th.
40th edition. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody was in the cinema. It was just me and Keith. We were in the cinema watching Empire Strikes Back. And you know what, right? The film still holds up on the big screen. It is
Fucking great,
freaking
innit?
amazing. It really is. And the reason why I love this film so much is because George Lucas, right, even though he's not a very good director, he knew that to make this film work, it had to give us something that you'd never seen or wouldn't expect on screen. And the two highlights of this movie for me is obviously the reveal of Darth Vader being Luke's father, but also the outstanding Walker effects and just the attack
Phil
on the
Tippett, yeah,
base.
Phil Tippett.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. When I watched that film, I wanted the toys, I wanted the ships, I wanted to marry Princess Leia. I just thought this film was outstanding. I remember when I first saw it as well, after the film had finished, there were two kids in front of me and they were crying because Luke, obviously, that they failed and stuff like that. And, Han Solo was stuck in the carbonite and all that. There were kids crying in front of me. I did feel a bit depressed, I must admit, after the film had finished. And I thought, what? But I honestly just, I went to see it about 20 times in the cinema. It's just fucking amazing, personally. But I saw it in the Flea Pit Cinema first, and I went to see it in the West End. I saw it in the West End, and I just adore this movie. I just adore it. That's where I'll stop.
That was back in the days when people were allowed to smoke in cinemas, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and you could sit there. You said not only would you hear the crunching of crisps and the rattling of and slurping of drinks, but you'd also get a cloud of blue smoke obscuring the screen in front of you. That might or might not add to the ambience of the movie. I don't know, depending on your viewpoint.
Well, in those days, right, for me, right, I don't know about you guys because you're a lot younger than me, but for me, that was the norm for me. You go in the cinema, they came in halfway through the movie. They were smoking, they were eating crisps. Families used to come right in front of my, on the screen and sit down halfway through the movie because you were allowed to go in halfway through a film and then watch it again to meet that bit that you never saw. You were allowed to do that. And so in my day, you could come in halfway through the movie, sit down, when the film finished, watch all the adverts again, and then watch the film start again, and then watch up to the bit that you came in at. And that wouldn't cost you any extra. You can leave the cinema anytime you want. I think it was like 4 showings a day, so you can watch all 4 showings if you want to in the cinema. But it was when I grew up, it was a different time for the cinema. It was, for me, scratches on the film and people screaming and laughing in the background, throwing popcorn. That, for me, that was cinema. But obviously it changed throughout the years and became more civilized. And
people on the phones right in front of you pissing you off.
Well, to be fair, only a few people do that, right? But as I said, Empire Strikes Back has a freaking part in my heart because it actually it is, it's fantastic photography as well. Especially when I saw it again, you don't realize how great that photography is. It's really fantastic. If you compare it to Return of the Jedi, the photography in Return of the Jedi is just passable, but in this film, it's fantastic. Everything about it is great as far as I was concerned. But anyway,
you'd really piss someone off in the cinema if you brought your phone in with you. I mean, it's like a fucking giant red phone booth in the seat right in front of you. Someone making a call inside it. I mean, I can imagine how annoying that would be. You know what I
mean? Yeah. But yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie.
Should we do the slides? Start going through it. I think we should.
Go on.
Go on then.
There you go. That used to mean something.
Oh, this was part of the music in this bit was just part of the theme tune for me. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And now it's Disney.
Yeah.
My cat's screaming.
Yeah, I did the third bit, but only my dog heard that.
Do you remember when the Lucasfilm badge used to give you the chills instead of reminding you of the shills back in the day?
Yeah.
Used to mean something, that.
It did. It definitely used to mean something in it. So. Oh God, those were the days.
The anticipation of the adventure that we were about to go on from this point.
You knew this was going to be shit hot, didn't you?
Yeah, seriously.
But the thing about it is that when the film started and you saw that shot with the snow and you saw what's his name, the little tauntaun thing, and then you saw the close up of the tauntaun thing, that you were just hooked from that point because you knew it was animation, but it was just something about it because it was go was it Go Motion? It was created by Phil
Stop
Tippett.
motion.
Yeah,
So the Go Motion derivative.
Yeah, so the difference between stop motion and Go Motion is that they basically every time they moved a leg or a head, they would add blur to it, so it would seem more fluid as the model was moving, and they did that with the walkers as well. In fact, if you look at Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom with the chase with the mine cars, that's all stop motion, that's all Go Motion. So you know what I mean. So it was a new thing in those days. Fantastic film. Sorry, go ahead. A long time
ago.
I love all these all these steps before the film even starts. We've got these 3 steps, haven't we? And your anticipation builds before the film is even going. We've got the Fox logo, then we have the Lucasfilm logo, and then we've got this, and we just God, we're nearly there. Oh,
just the crawl.
We're there. And we spaffed everywhere.
Oh, bugger, we've put the wrong film on.
Moment.
Oh.
Move along.
Z, do you want to read this?
Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Brilliant.
It is a dark time for the rebellion. Although the Death Star has been destroyed, Imperial troops have driven the rebel forces from their hidden base and pursued them across the galaxy. Evading the dreaded Imperial Starfleet, a group of freedom fighters led by Luke Skywalker has established a new secret base on the remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Darth Vader, obsessed with finding young Skywalker, has dispatched thousands of remote probes into the far reaches of space.
Very good.
That's all you need, isn't it? You don't need some elaborate overexposed plot.
You need a giant spaceship to start it off with that looks like Jar Jar Binks, and now you can't unsee it.
But again, just the motif of every episode starting with a Star Destroyer is carried on with this. And I love that.
But the best thing about this opening is that, you see the Star Destroyer, right? It's coming towards us really slowly. And then you go at the bottom and those things fire out of it. If this was a JJ film, it'd be flying and it'd be light shining on it and it'll just move. You know what I mean? It's all CGI and you're just like, this is not Star Wars. So you appreciate these models. These things were built by hand, and you just appreciate the way they shot it as well. Yeah. So it's just a different animal, this film, compared to the Disney ones.
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things in this film, I think this is the last film where the stormtroopers are an actual threat.
Yep.
And they're actually considered dangerous, hostile. You should get out of their fucking way as soon as possible. But from Return of the Jedi onwards, they made them into a bit of a joke. But in this film, they're still dangerous, and the audience knows that.
Nowadays, they couldn't hit a barn door from 10 feet away.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is not a good thing, is it?
They couldn't self-terminate.
What am I saying with this shot? Right, it's so beautiful. It doesn't try to swirl around the thing that's flying. It doesn't try to show you it's entering the atmosphere or anything like that. You just see it go. It's a one shot and it's a stable shot, and the thing flies towards the screen. Then you're on the planet and you see it hitting the snow, and then you know what I mean. It's all showing you the beauty of what it is. As unlike some films you watch these days with CGI, where because they fly around the object,
Yeah.
do things that cameras can't do, so you know it's not real. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, as I said, this film's a beautiful film when you look at it. The way it's shot and
Franco
everything.
in the chat. Hello, Franco. The lighting on these models was spot on.
Tell me about it.
Proper
Yeah.
lights, not CGI light.
Yeah, all like fiber optics, weren't they? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. And even the practical effects they did when the little thing comes out, and you can tell it's been held up by a stick as it moves across. But it still looks good, though.
Here you go. Up here on world building with subtlety.
Yeah.
That's very difficult to say.
I'll always say this, right? When you watch Superman the movie and you see Chris Reeves fly, you subconsciously you appreciate the way he's flying. You can see him flying. You can see the background moving. Look at Man of Steel. He's moving so fast. You might as well just have a blip on the screen. Do you know what I mean? You can't appreciate the beauty of that, but you can appreciate. Same thing with these models here. When you see the model and you see them move and you know they're models, you can appreciate it. Appreciate the artistry and the photography in this
There you
film.
go.
Yeah, look at it. It's beautiful.
That's
Absolutely freaking beautiful.
That's half a Rolls Royce Dart engine there. Believe
Yeah.
it or not.
Yeah.
And Ian's completely right. There is literally a guy underneath this with a stick holding it up.
I remember probe droids.
I remember being probed.
As I said, they tried to be too clever today with the effects. They tried to, because they try to be too clever, but they don't understand that the audience needs to digest certain things that are happening so they can connect with it. Doesn't need to be fast.
Here you go. Up here on again. They establish Hoth without overdoing it.
Yep.
Andy Mouse, rest in peace, Calculon.
Again.
Respects.
Is this is enhanced? Is it swappers? It does look
It is,
very.
yeah, color correction.
It just looks brilliant.
Yeah, I think motion blur and things like that have been cleared up. Focus has been increased. Yeah, there's a lot of things that Addywan's done to improve the fidelity of it.
Yeah,
is it a free download?
Yeah, I can send it to you. The matte, he cleaned up the matte, didn't they, on the Pro, because it had matte lines. I was
going to say, are we allowed to put it in the chat? The link?
No.
Right. I will say, guys, if you do want this version, send us an email. The email is on the
or message me on Twitter. I've got it.
Or just put it in the community page or anything, and we'll sort it out for you.
What a fantastic shot.
So, Patrol, that's our boy, isn't it? Luke. Phil Tippett doing his stuff as well.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't muck around with this scene in the special edition with the tauntauns and everything. They just left it alone, which is great.
I was wondering who was going to be the first to do that tonight.
Never been able to do that one.
One of the best things about Empire Strikes Back is that it didn't try to copy Star Wars, which I'm totally grateful for.
Yeah. It's like Aliens with Alien, isn't it?
Yeah.
It took it in a great new direction and added to it as well.
Dark Side of the Walk. Hello, mate. I particularly like the shape of those Probot heads. They're okay, not quite walk shape, but they're nearly there.
Not walkie.
Nearly there.
Not a walkie.
Early stages. Okay. All right. Sorry. So he's actually looking. So that is actually the crash probe droid there in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
He was going to check it out.
Yeah.
Luke was going to check it out. And then you got this thing.
And then this bloke in a suit turns up.
I think that was a hand puppet. The actual head itself, and that was like a big hand on a stick.
Was that a Brian Corley reference there about?
It's a puppet.
Boom.
Is this right? The Wampa.
Yeah.
That is indeed. Yep.
Yeah. Not to be mixed up with the Whopper from Burger King. So But they did this deliberately because he was in a car crash, Mark Hamill, and his
He
face
was.
looked very different. So I'm not saying they did it deliberately, but they were very aware that he looked different. So to write this into the script to actually make out why he looked different was quite a clever move in my
Here
opinion.
you go, John Z, or is it John Z? Everybody freaked in the theatre when that thing popped out. I would imagine it did make people jump.
Mm.
Here we go. Isaac's in. Isaac along Blackcock whopped.
Mm.
I'm just genuinely the quality of these slides from the Adiwan version is fantastic.
Mm. Do you know what? Right, just on a side note, I went spent Christmas with my brother. This is like a long time ago. I was over 10 years ago, and he lives in Toronto. And in those days, it used to snow at Christmas time in Toronto. I remember, I remember running for the bus, quoting lines from Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that's how much it affects us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back, because it was snowing. We're saying things like we thought it smelled bad on the outside and all that rubbish. Well, as we were running. It's just as I said, it's just Empire Strikes Back is just a beautiful thing as far as I'm concerned when it comes to my childhood and stuff, so
Yeah, same here. The old VHS days, first time I saw it VHS, and as I've said many times, we were very, very lucky to own 2 VHS recorders. Got the rental out, buy a tape, Bob's Your Uncle. We watched this so many times. Just so fantastic. If we were going to watch a Star Wars film, because we had all 3, it was just Empire was the standout one. Just so fantastic.
No, my because I came from a big family, so my family always wanted to watch Return of the Jedi. I don't think they were too fond of Empire. I love Empire, but they always wanted to Return the Jedi on VHS. Anyway,
this is a matte painting and at the foreground, isn't it?
Yeah, he's enhanced it though.
Yeah,
he's enhanced the shot. Yeah, it's quite nice.
So we got
Han coming in on the left.
This is Han. Every insty hero, Han. My sister fell in love with him. She's like, he's so
good-looking
handsome.
boy. Yeah, good-looking boy.
Everyone's mum did as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wanted out after this film, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Originally.
Yeah, but Harrison Ford's an arse, so
Yeah.
there you go.
That's why he was stuck in carbonite, because George Lucas wasn't sure if he was coming back or not.
Well, it wasn't George Lucas; it was him that had to negotiate with him. But George Lucas did not want to kill off Han Solo. He was insisting you should kill off Han Solo. He was like, "No, I'm not going to kill off Han Solo."
Yeah, he's got a major part in the next movie. He's a hero. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Have you heard the original audio of this little clip?
No.
Scene? No, it's brilliant. It's so good. The Peter Mayhew scene. Well, I love you, Bane. It's fucking great. It's so good. Look it up if you can find it.
I mean, look at the photography. It's just really, really rich and lovely as far as I'm concerned. It's really nice.
I'm in love with all the
Skin
detail
tones and
going on in
everything.
the background here. The all the the incidentary little light, the footlights, and the cable run across the floor, and the place looks like a grotty kind of rundown basement, doesn't it? But it's I just fell in love with it at first sight. I wanted to live there, and I wanted all these people around me, and I wanted a Hoth outfit, and I wanted a corn, and I wanted to throw snowballs at Han Solo.
Here you go. Up on. Harrison Ford wanted him to die.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He finally got his own way, didn't he? 2015.
He did.
Oh.
He did.
Disgusting.
And then came back again.
This guy's been in a lot of TV episodes, British TV stuff. I can't remember this guy's name, but they dubbed his voice apparently.
He was in the Waldorf salad episode of Faulty Towers. Do you remember?
That's it.
Yeah, of course.
Walnut scrapes.
General
they-
Riken.
Yeah, they dubbed his voice in this film for some apparent
You
reason.
sure?
I think so. Yeah, I think they dubbed his voice.
There's a few of them that did. I don't know if they did. Check it out again. I'm pretty sure it's
Maybe I'm
his
wrong.
voice.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Princess Leia.
God, she was so
But
hot.
you'd never get this today. Princess Leia's obviously in love with Han Solo, and she doesn't want to admit it to herself. And this would never be allowed today. Never. It'd probably be the other way around. Do you know what I mean? So,
Han was just a placeholder until she can get with Holdo, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Is this where Han Solo is saying you've got
No.
feelings?
That's not it. Come on, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'd rather
Just
kiss a
assume-
rookie. I can arrange
I can
that.
arrange that.
Yeah, brilliant. This is the bit where he tells 3PO to shut up, and my friend's out there. Why don't you go and find out whether he's come in? It's a brilliant scene. And as I said, every inch a hero in this film. You know, he's worried about his friend. He goes out and he's brave. He goes out into the snow, even though he knows that the environment can kill him. But his friend is out there, so he's going to get him. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking fantastic.
And I do love being gagged by Harrison Ford.
So Luke has been, well, he's
Oh my god, Mr. Brown.
in storage. You go,
Comment by Sticky Belly Flapcock. I'll let you read it.
have I got to scroll up? Where is it?
I'm trying to locate on the actual chat itself. I'd highlight it if I could, but I can't.
I can't see it.
He says, I'll read it out because I've got it on my phone. He says, I can't say the word abominable, but that Wampa is the scariest Star Wars monster yeti.
Dear.
Well played.
You mean this one?
How did he? Yeah, someone said as well. How did he get his feet stuck in the ceiling? How did he do that?
I think he had a big dirty greenie, a big straight up there.
It was Wampa come.
Oh, the Wampa coming.
That's a stream killer.
Welcome to demonetization.
Yeah, watch your words, lads. Don't forget. Okay, so he's trying to get his feet out the ice, and he's not having it, is it?
No.
Can you not just have taken his boots off?
Oh,
It'd be bare feet, wouldn't he, in the freezing cold? You don't want that, do you? But yeah, he could have taken his boots off.
Yeah. So he's going for his saber.
They
the
did
first
this
time
in
we-
reverse. You know,
Yes, they did.
he actually chucked it into the snow instead of
wow.
catching it, and then
Nice.
they
I
just
thought it was on
reversed it.
strings, but that's
Well,
great.
when it was shaking there, that little sticking, didn't they? And they were pushing it, so it was just kind of shaking. But yeah, when it flew towards us, yeah, it was played backwards. Yeah.
Here you go. I think Appion's a Luke fan. This scene is so amazing.
It's a great movie. All of it's
Love
amazing.
it. Luke's greatness. It is.
Yeah, instead of being an old hermit that drank titty milk. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Unforgivable. It's just
There's all these-
unforgi-
There's all the Last Jedi defenders out there saying like, oh, Luke hadn't trained to be a Jedi and he was pulling the lightsaber out of the snow. Like, well, yeah, he kind of had sort of an
He had
awakening.
the Force.
Already. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Whereas Rey hadn't. So, Q.
I used to have a prop replica of one of these signed by the Mark Hamill signature.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say,
edition,
you had
Elite.
one of these, didn't you?
Yeah, and I sold it, and I was gutted. I sold it
Oh.
until The Last Jedi, and then I went, oh well.
Yeah.
Actually worth something back then.
Yeah.
You sold it before the value dropped drastically. Yeah.
Yes.
Here you go. Appion. That was Roundhead's fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Was, mate. But we saw it and you can't unsee it. So he's trying to escape.
Here it comes.
Dinner time.
We never got to see this originally, did we?
Can I pull up Franco Walker's?
Only a brief.
You did, I think.
It was
I
a
don't know, I
very
can't
brief
remember.
glimpse because the suit looks so crap.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. But they redid it in the special edition, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they kept it for this one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, where his arm was chopped off, and he's like, "Ooh, my arm." There it
Do
is.
you notice the
Sorry for
difference
it.
in the Addy-Wan version? In the original, it's just blood that you see. With this one, it's got the actual, as if it's been
Oh, yeah.
seared.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
burnt fur.
Cauterized, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
Mark
it would be-
Hamill was quite. Sorry, Mark Hamill was quite slightly upset about this scene because he was expecting just to give it a little zap, and then when he saw it, the arms off. Oh, Just a wild creature.
They do have a thing about lightsabers chopping people's hands off in Star Wars, don't they?
They
Arms
do.
off.
There's a bit
So, yeah.
of a fetish possibly going on there.
Probably. Yeah.
In the Book of Boba, the Wookiee received multiple laser blasts and not a scratch. Keep getting.
Well, it's like Darth Vera from Obi-Wan, isn't it? She got like skewered with a lightsaber twice through her body, and no, barely a scratch.
Mm.
Tis
She
but
got
a scratch.
So Lucas escaped. He got away. Is this what it's saying? They're closing the blast shield doors for the night.
Yeah.
Is that John Ratzenberger there? I know he's in this film.
Oh yeah, it looks like him. It is.
It is.
But
That's
again,
cheers, folks.
it's such great writing because Princess Leia doesn't have to say anything. All she has to do is express how she feels just by the way she looks, and you feel her pain, don't you, when they're shutting the door, and obviously Chewie, because Chewie screams out, but yeah, I mean, it's just great. She didn't have to say anything. There was no dialogue that expressed how she felt. Do you know what I mean? They weren't in a corridor talking about their feelings. It was just one look that she gave.
Feelings. Here you go, Romeo. It is Cliff Claven, indeed.
Claven, that's the name. Did you ever say who's going to be first? Take a sweepstakes. Take on who's going to be first to make the Wookiee noise.
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
It's like a
I
Pythons
keep
again.
asking the question: if Chewie took off that belt, is he naked? That's my question. Is he naked if he took off the belt?
He might have a necklace on underneath all that fur. We don't know, do we? So technically not.
Yeah.
Can I just point out Carrie Fisher's face here? This little bit of acting is utterly amazing in her face. You get someone like Daisy Ridley to do the same kind of thing. There's no way she'd be able to convey this kind of emotion, the feeling of the character at all. She'd just be staring blankly into nothing. Whereas Carrie Fisher's just amazing here.
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly think that Daisy is a good actress, but it's just the way everything was done and the way it was written and the way it was directed. So I don't really think you should blame any of the actors in those films at all. It's all down to the writers and the stupid KK and all the stuff that they try to stick in there. Seriously. I don't think it was their fault. They did their best with the shit that they had. Put it that way.
Good point. If Daisy Ridley was in this movie, she probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Was this pre Kathleen Kennedy?
Yes, of course it was.
Just literally by just a couple of years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No shitty.
That's what I'm saying.
Movie.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said no shitty fingerprints to be found on this movie.
Yeah.
So this shot was shot outside the hotel where they were staying.
That was in Norway, wasn't it?
Yeah, just outside the doors
Window.
of the hotel. Yeah, just they opened the doors of the. So basically, the crew was in the corridor of the hotel, and because there was a blizzard, they shoved poor Mark Hamill outside.
No, it wasn't just a blizzard, Mega Geek. It was the worst blizzard in 50 years.
There you go.
Yeah, it nearly closed the production down, didn't it?
Yeah,
and the money was just because they weren't shooting. Money was just bleeding, wasn't it?
I mean, the same thing happened on Jurassic Park. So basically, they knew it was a blizzard. He was the biggest one in years, and they put Mark Hamill out there, and they took advantage of it. And the same happened with Jurassic Park when they were shooting in Hawaii. It was the biggest storm they had, and they literally got the cameras out there and they shot stuff for it, risking their lives. So there you go. That's what they got in common, both films.
I love this. Melvin Deeply says there was a scene in Robot Chicken where Han and Chewie visited Chewie's family, and they're all wearing clothes, and Chewie was a nudist.
This is color corrected. I thought this looks quite dark.
Yeah, it is color corrected.
Yes,
it's bluey. Luke, you must go to the Dagobah system.
Hello there.
Romeo, Tango, New Zealand, Zulu said, to be fair, Carrie was probably coming off a massive cocaine buzz, so looking sad would have been easy.
They probably just told her her dealer wasn't going to turn up that week.
but
I
how
will say
was,
careful with the demonetization speech.
Well,
How-
there was such.
how-
It's like being at sea and being really thirsty, isn't it? There's just snow everywhere, but not a gram to snort.
well, how old was Carrie Fisher when she made this film?
Mid 20s.
Anybody know?
22?
23?
22,
I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
22.
22. And how old was Harrison Ford?
30s.
36.
35, 36.
And he shagged her. He shagged her, mate.
Well, you would.
He shagged her.
Get in.
Nice.
The Jedi Master who instructed me.
You
Before
bloody liar.
Qui-Gon,
Yeah, before Qui-Gon.
nice Liam Neeson chap.
Ben! Wade!
There they
I
go.
was unsure. It was actually unsure whether Alec Guinness was going to come back because it just had an eye operation at the time.
Oh.
But he was paid it's 0.25% of the movie's gross.
That was
Fucking hell.
that was a good move, wasn't it? Melvin Deeply
Mm.
demonetized. Yeah, I'm going to kick him in later, don't worry.
Famous line. I thought there's milk bad on the outside.
Is that the guts like spilling out everywhere?
Yeah, that's
Horrendous.
great.
Ugh.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And the only time that Han wields a lightsaber.
That's right.
Well, he wears one through his torso, doesn't he? In Force
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well done.
Here it is. Pushes Luke in that. Ooh.
The smell would just wake him up alone, wouldn't it? You'd think.
Yeah, I know.
It does look good in the colour corrected darker version.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you do generally get the sense that
Yeah.
night's approaching and it's gonna be hostile.
Puts up there. See this thing
Oh.
here, the background. The background was all shot for real in Norway, so they got a plane and they flew over that. Today it'll be all created by CGI.
Yeah, you just know, don't you? It's CG and it's not there. Whereas this was models on top of actual footage, which is
Yep,
just makes the difference.
certainly does. Well, they got rid of in the special edition. They got rid of all the matte lines, and Addy went one better as well on this one. So.
Yeah.
This is my 14-year-old self
Oh.
watching this, thinking, "Fuck, this is good."
Yeah, the sounds of these
How
speeders.
good is this?
Yeah, the sounds generally in the Star Wars movies are incredible, but because we always got new hardware and new stuff in each movie, the sounds they used for each new piece of technology or whatever was just it's so exciting, just as exciting as seeing the design. Just wondering what it sounded like on screen, and they sounded so great, didn't they? This kind of like sort of sound.
Also, they've actually thought of things like when it turns a corner, the flaps used to come up
Yeah,
as it
the air
turned and
brakes.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Mm,
really
yeah.
great.
Whereas now they can just float,
They fly
can't they?
now?
And stop dead in front of a door.
Oh god.
Yeah, stupid, isn't it?
And what was it? Those
Nice.
stupid like track speeders in the third shitty Star Wars tragedy sequel tragedy movie with the tracked like things, and then they just flipped up and oh god no. Oh.
I will say though, rest in peace, Wade. Appion, a Tauntaun's carcass saved the galaxy. You don't know.
That Tauntaun gave his life for everybody else.
Rest in peace, Tauntaun.
You know, one thing I did notice in watching this twice yesterday, there's no way in hell you can fit 4 people into the cockpit of one of those things.
No way. No,
but it was more than just they sent a party out to look for them, didn't they? And so when one said they found them, I guess all the rest of them just came.
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm referring to Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, I never saw
you
Obi-Wan, so
you
no,
can't
so.
fit 4 people in here, but you can fit bubble wrap on the costume decoration there.
Here you go, folks. Rest in peace, Calcuton. Very good.
Yeah.
I
Dad
saw what you
jokes
did
now.
there, Melvin. Well done, mate.
And so Addy added the background, the back of the speeders, the bits. You see the bits at the side on the window? In the
Mhm.
original, those are not there, so you
Mm.
added them
Oh.
in,
Just little touches like that are just
Yeah.
amazing, aren't they? In this, yeah.
which makes sense when you
Mhm.
look at the shape of the thing. So
Yeah, I thought when I saw this, I thought, I don't remember those. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, just great.
I think I might need to rewatch this. It's been a while since I've watched this version.
I've
So
got the
good. So good.
I've got the Disney version playing here, and it's got them in the background. I wonder if that was changed. When was that put in? Because they certainly look fresh, don't they?
Mm.
Here you go, Franco. In modern CGI, they forget about inertia, especially in Obi-Wan. They did.
Mm.
And storytelling.
Inertia? What's that?
Luke and a nappy, brilliant, brilliant. Just in case he did a poo.
Oh, look, it's the
Bacta
Bacta
tank.
tank. Yes, my
Yeah.
favourite guest star from Boba Fett.
You're on the right there.
I love Han's costume. I think it's
Yep.
just fucking excellent. It actually suits him.
Really does. I love the way that Han's just different to everyone else, isn't it? Even his Hoth jacket is different to all the other guys. You know, he's like, you know that he's his own man.
Yeah.
He's not a guy to follow anyone else.
Up
Just
yours, Luke.
To Yomi Jr. Well,
love
the
his
thing is,
blue
I don't understand. How comes he owes him two?
Oh, he saved him at
Oh.
the end of the previous movie.
Star
hasn't
Wars.
First
Star
one.
Wars. Yeah.
But what's the first one he owes him then?
he? That was
He
the,
shot
Star Wars at the end.
yeah,
He
trench,
shot the
Yeah,
TIE fighter.
trench run.
Trench run.
Hold on, no, but two. So
Yeah.
he saved him in Star Wars at the ending, and what's
Yeah.
the first one?
That
That
was
was
the
the
first
first
one.
That was the first
one.
one.
So why is he saying he owes him two? Oh,
Just
to save
say-
him now. Oh, I
Save his
see.
life.
Sorry, just call me stupid. That's sorry, I just forgot.
It's his
Junior.
age, folks. It's his age. By the way. So these are actual genuine wounds on his face from the car crash.
Yeah, the at the side. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think one of them is. Yeah, but they did reconstruction on his face though.
Yeah, that's why his nose is so different, isn't it?
Yeah,
From
it
the
looks
movie.
different. Yeah.
I only realised recently that his jacket here is the same one that Luke wears on Bespin later, just a different colour.
Yeah, it's
But I love that. I love the look of it. It's just amazing.
This is peak Solo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is it.
This is
the best.
This is how Solo should have been throughout Return of the Jedi as well. They kind of dumbed him down in Return of the Jedi, made him look a bit of like an idiot in Return of the Jedi. But there you go.
He's like a dog with DOS penis.
Demonetized, Mr. Brown.
What do
You should have
But,
seen
you know-
her. What is it like? What does he say? You should have seen her before. She expressed her true feelings for him.
Really,
Here you go, Andy, cocky bastard. Yeah,
Stuck up, scruffy looking, nerd.
No, hey, it's
here you
Nerf
go.
or nothing.
The jackets were on sale in Peacocks.
No, get out of it. Is that a joke that I missed?
His name. Oh,
Probably.
She kissed her brother.
Again, she kissed him again twice, and in the third film, she says, "Somehow I've always known."
Oh dear.
Oh, George.
She's a little weird. Not
It slightly
Luke.
slipped my mind at this moment, didn't it? It was all that snow again. This image in the Marvel Comics adaptation was done so perfectly in the comic. I remember reading the comic way before I saw the film, and then when I saw the film, I was just amazed at how accurate they got it.
Oh, they probably got the picture, didn't they?
Yeah, they must have
Probably got
just.
stills from the film.
Yeah, I'm guessing they did. But
Z, obviously you was there when all this happened. What was the atmosphere like?
Erotic.
it wasn't for me. I was only 8, but I get it.
Well, if you
Well,
ever
look-
wanted to know if Chewbacca has a rocket or a corkscrew,
No.
DM me afterwards.
So Z is there on the right.
Yeah, there he is. He had a front seat, front
Yes, yeah,
row
yeah.
seat. Yeah.
What's going on here? I've forgotten.
Basically, he's telling them that the probes, they've the probes, and then they go investigate Chewie and Han.
Yeah, they're getting a signal.
Yeah.
and they blew it up, and they shouldn't have blown it up, should they? Because it sent a signal out, or it wouldn't have sent a signal, so they'd know it was destroyed.
No, I think they were shafted either way, but what he does is he shoots it,
Yeah.
and it's
And
gonna
it's
self-destruct.
self-destruct. Yeah, it
Yeah.
self-destructs.
Yeah, it had already sent its transmission because
Yeah.
they
Here
received
you
a
go,
copy of the
Wampa.
power generators.
Yeah.
What Han should have done was he should have sat there and posed for a photograph the way that Obi-Wan Kenobi did in the disaster of a show.
Yeah.
Franco
So-
Walker says incest. It's actually twincest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is Vader's ship. Is that an upgrade?
Super
The
Star
Executor.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the size of that thing.
Just
That's what she said.
sound rather aroused at that prospect. I remember seeing this for the first time because we'd only ever seen the Star Destroyers, hadn't we, before? And then suddenly this thing comes out, and you think, "What the hell? How big is it? How big?"
I just remember seeing this scene with Darth Vader's helmet and the Starfield, just thinking to myself, "This is awesome." When I was in the cinema, thinking, "I wish that woman would sit down," but this is awesome. Brilliant.
Here you go,
Absolutely
Appion.
brilliant.
It's his flagship, actually.
Do we know the name? Anyone can remember the name
It's
of
the
it?
Executor, is it not?
Executor. Yes, that's the one. Or is it Executor or Executor?
Oh, it could be.
Executor.
Mr. Bronson in the middle
That's
there.
a Grangel.
Yeah, yeah. He played
hello,
Hitler,
Dermot.
didn't he, in Last Crusade as well?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
So
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Same uniform.
Yeah.
And
Same
Pycelle
faction.
on the left from Game of Thrones.
Ah.
Yeah, Julian Glover, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Hans.
Look at this extra bit of visual flair on the graphics here on the screen, which is great. That's been added on.
Has he done Return of the Jedi yet? Is that finished yet?
He's working on it. I don't know how far along he is on it, but he's been working on it for ages.
It's just a single guy tweaking these films.
Yeah,
better
most
than-
of the time. It was a single guy originally. He's got a team behind him now, so you'd think it'd speed him up a bit, but I don't know how
Have
far
you
along
have
he
you guys ever, when Star Wars came out or Empire came out, did you ever listen to Star Wars Cantina, the parody song?
I don't
No.
think so.
No, I'll put it in the chat. It's absolutely hilarious.
Brilliant.
Absolutely hilarious.
Brilliant.
I thought Al, what's his name, did it. Al, what's his name? The guy who does the comedy songs. He did.
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's it. I thought he did it, but he didn't do it. It was this other guy that did it. And it's really funny. There you go.
It's like a kind of a disco version of it.
It's
if I remember.
basically Barry Manilow's Copper. Was
Yes.
it Copacabana? It's based on that, and it's very funny.
Stick it in the chat for the
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, do you want to do
funny.
that?
Yeah,
lads, lassies, and non-binaries.
well, I'm not on the YouTube channel, but
There we go.
you can take that and put it on if you want. Take that. It's very funny. If you get a chance, listen to it. It's absolutely hilarious.
I've added it to my watch later.
Have you not heard it before, Matt?
No, I haven't.
Really? You're a Star Wars fan and you never?
I didn't even know that existed. So
Oh,
Same
for
here.
fuck's sake! Really?
learning something every
You
day,
guys-
mate.
This when this came out, everyone at school was talking about it. They were just laughing their heads because it's so funny. It's absolutely hilarious.
Nice.
Anyway,
Here you go,
he
folks.
cleaned up
I'll
this
put-
shot. He
Yeah,
cleaned
put it
up
in the
this shot.
chat. It's Ian's Cantina.
Well, it's not
song.
mine. It's a guy who wrote it. Let's have a look. His name is Mark Jonathan Davis. It was written in 1997.
Oh wow.
There you go. Very funny.
So enhanced version with the ships in the background. I thought that looks different.
Yeah. So this scene
That's
here was a
fantastic.
terrible blue screen in the original film, and he's cleaned it up and he's put a matte shot there.
Yeah, it looks so much better now, doesn't it? It's
Yeah,
incredible.
he's got
Yeah.
someone in the background lifting things in the background as well. It's quite cool.
Falcon broken.
Yeah, this is they built a 1-to-1 scale Falcon for this movie.
Yeah.
They did actually use it in
Fantastic,
Return of the
isn't it?
Jedi, where Luke is assembling his lightsaber. It's a deleted scene, but it doesn't actually make it into the next one. A New Hope only had a half-built Falcon, but they recreated the whole thing 1-to-1, including the
Wow.
cockpit with all its detail on the inside.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do we know what happened to it?
It's in my bedroom. Do you know what? Right,
Wow.
poor old George Lucas. Right, he had to mortgage his house to make this film because they wouldn't. The people that were financing it wouldn't give him the full amount. So he had so much faith in it, he mortgaged his house.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go.
Wow. To
I
be in
love the
that.
toy. I love the toy of this robot.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, it was
Is that
great. The
Alan
transparent middle and
Tudyk?
everything. Yeah.
No, he hasn't got two dicks. Sorry.
No, this was 21B, the medical droid. Alan
Mm.
Alan Tudyk's one was an Imperial droid. So
I remember Carrie
yeah.
Fisher was saying that Peter May
It is
would smelled bad because obviously he was wearing all that fur
yeah,
and he had bad BO.
Melvin Deeply, they chopped it up. It's a shame.
how could you do that?
Oh,
God.
I would imagine transporting it would be a problem.
Yeah.
But how
yeah.
much would that be worth now?
I swear, if I was someone like Bezos and I had like money was no object, I'd just have one of these built on my grounds, and I'd just probably live in it.
Well, haven't they got one built in Disney Star Wars?
Yeah, you don't want to go in
Because-
that one.
and nobody goes to see it.
Well, people do go to see it, but it's Han Solo's not in charge of it. It's some other.
No.
It's ridiculous.
It's a
Absolutely
different
ridiculous.
one. It's a different one. That's the Millennial Flamingo. It's not the Falcon.
I love how in this universe that Han Solo understands what that robot's saying to him. It's just squeaks and bleeps, isn't it?
I
He
love
goes,
that.
wait a
Yeah.
sec, wait a sec. He
Yeah, I
says
love
to
that.
it, it's quite funny.
Yeah, it's great.
I always wondered how Luke understood what R2 was saying, but when he's actually flying in his X-wing, he gets it translated on a little screen.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
it's a
Yeah.
translate-
They thought of details like that. This is shit that like J.J. Abrams completely fucking missed because he's a moron, considers himself a Star Wars fan, and completely misses shit like that. The fact that they explain how that they do communicate, and just such an idiot, fucking Disney twat.
But I'm not trying to
He's not
defend
bitter,
him.
folks.
I'm not trying to defend him again. Right, the blame should be squarely
We've
put
said this
on
before.
KK.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, look, I actually believe, and I have people that actually
we've
tell
said
me
this.
that JJ's intentions was pure on Star Wars until
It was.
KK stepped in and changed the script and changed everything about it, because he had every intention that Finn was going to have the Force in the film, and KK destroyed all those ideas for feminism.
Force is female, lol.
Exactly.
It is. It is.
Mr. Brown,
You
can
heard
you,
it.
can you go back a slide if you don't mind?
I was just going to say, you heard it first, folks. The Force is.
I love that shot.
And another one, thanks. There we go. On his jacket, a bunch of strepsils.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's just in case he has a sore throat. You know what I mean?
Well, it's Hoth.
It's
So,
on a
yeah,
nice
exactly.
planet, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, to see you go, Solo. You're a good fighter.
That's
Where's
not
my
Solo.
salad?
Never saw him again, did we?
Sadly not. It was great. I loved him.
Mm.
Oh, this is this image here. It's a great meme. Have you seen the animation online? The comedy clip that you see on YouTube
Yeah.
when Vader's playing with a switch and it opens and closes. Oh, God, it's great. I love that.
There's Mr. Bronson.
Bronson's
He gets
on
it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bronson.
Who's the guy next to him?
Admiral
That's
Viet.
quite funny
Viet.
as well. Yeah, Admiral Viet. You're in charge, Admiral Viet.
I love how Vader's not. He doesn't even raise a finger. And
No.
to do this, it's just pure will, isn't it?
You see that set there? That set was in Selfridges. That set was just standing in
amazing.
Selfridges when I came in, yeah. And I saw that set. I was like, is this from Star Wars? Because I never saw Empire yet.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was. So that was there, and the walkers was in glass cases.
Yeah.
The actual walkers that they used in the film was in glass
my
cases.
God.
Fucking amazing. Yeah.
Fucking
So,
hell, if I had a
pretty
time
amazing.
machine.
Here you go, Melvin Deeply. JJ must be simple in the head. Rise of Skywalker was proof. Let's take some faith horses and let's take some horses for a space battle against Star Destroyers.
Again, right? he was
He had his hands
he
tied.
yeah he had his hands tied, and basically he didn't want what's his name the emperor to be in it. He had all these ideas. That's why they hired Matt Smith to play the main villain. And then when KK came on board, she got rid of
Gone.
all that stuff. It was all gone, just to
Yeah.
facilitate Daisy Ridley's character. So do you know what I mean? So really, I mean, you know what? I do think JJ's talented, because he was responsible for Fringe and some of the TV shows that he did. It was quite good. Do you know what I mean? I do think he's talented, but I think now he's tainted now because he allowed them to do that. He should have walked. He
Yeah.
should have walked. Then I had more respect for him. Do you know what I mean? So-
Apparently, hot girls are waiting here. So
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Well,
It's all right, swappers. Cheers. That's what little monetization I had. That's gone. Cheers, pal.
I just love that previous slide where they just offs him and goes, "You're in command now, Admiral Piet,"
yeah.
and he just stands there, casual as fuck, going, "Thank you, Lord Vader."
Yeah.
you sort of,
Smash it.
you could tell his collar's like getting tight as well, can't you? He's just like, oh, I got away with that one.
Yeah,
Mm.
This is a brilliant scene. I love this, with just the camaraderie and the bunch of pilots around Leia.
And the
just
tiny woman in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. But it just goes to
You know-
show her authority here, and she's just one of the guys. Really, when it comes down to it, she's one of the troops. You know.
She's
yeah. A lot
one
of the
the
scenes
guys.
with Harrison Ford, though, she had to stand on a box because
Yeah, she did.
6 foot,
Yeah.
and she's 5'1".
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing with Tom Holland and Zendaya. That
Right.
he has to. Tom Holland has to stand on a box, because at the ending when he kisses her, there's no way he's the same height as her. So he was literally standing on a box. So there you go.
Is that somebody? Is that somebody standing on the Millennium
Oh.
Falcon in the background?
Might be
Yeah.
Han, you know.
No. That's something that's connected to Millennium Falcon. I think. I don't know. It doesn't look like someone.
It's a mini
Looks a
Darth
bit like-
Vader up the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god, this is.
Oh,
just
here we go. Here we go.
The trenches. Oh, right in the trenches.
And Ralph McQuarrie's paintings were amazing
Mhm.
of this scene. Absolutely amazing.
You honestly believe that this is a hostile ice planet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really do.
Unlike
Not
that
set in
stupid
Norway.
planet in Return of, where was it? The Revenge of the, I don't know what it was called. Where it was all red, and
Ugh.
Finn got kissed by what's her face and all that rubbish, and Luke wasn't
Crete.
even there, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
all bollocks, that one.
Absolute trash.
Yeah,
Crete, salt plains of Crete.
what a load of bollocks.
Rip off.
Rip off. I remember the making of this when the second unit guy was talking to all the extras. He's going, "Yeah, you take the blaster, you make it move, right? You make it
Yeah.
move." It's so
It
funny.
sounds so weird, doesn't it? It sounds so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going, "Yeah, make it work, mate. Make it work."
Would you quickly like to see the Ralph McQuarrie artwork? Because it's loaded.
amazing,
Go on, mate.
amazing. Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
Look
man.
at that!
Oh, damn it! Look at that.
Fantastic.
You really get the feel of the trenches of World War II, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Well, it's based on, wasn't it? It was based.
It was
on.
really sort of harsh and gritty. Look, even though it looks amazing and it's sci-fi, you really kind of do get that vibe from it. And you got nothing like that from the shitty Disney ones. This is real, isn't it? This is right here. It's just so real.
Ralph McQuarrie was actually in the film playing a general, which I did not know.
Yeah, he was. They made an action figure of him, actually.
That's just fantastic.
Mm.
It is, isn't it? And he paints very fast as well. He's like,
Gosh. Yeah.
yeah, it's just-
Early torn design there.
yeah,
Oh, man.
Hmm.
Iconic picture.
brilliant
That.
stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. I used to have them. I lost it though. I used to have them. They sold a pack with Ralph McQuarrie's paintings and stuff,
Oh, yes.
and I brought it a long time ago. This is all added by Addy One.
This
Yeah.
is
To
so
get
great.
inside,
Look
yeah.
at it. Oh, my God. It's so great.
Yeah, he got actors to actually perform in the background.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He hired all the outfits and everything, got them all made up. Didn't
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
he? Mind blowing.
See this shot here? It's so classic. It's just moving slowly. It's going towards the planet.
Mm.
If this was JJ, it'll be the camera be flying all over this ship,
Mhm.
showing you every detail of it. You know, the camera swinging around and all that bollocks. It's just honestly,
Lens
seriously.
flare coming off the engine.
Plus,
Yeah.
plus there would be all of the Star Destroyers.
Yeah,
About
they would have been too, yeah.
75,000 of them
Yeah.
on screen at once.
Oh God, yeah.
Moving on.
Anyone
Oh.
again?
Yeah,
Adding
Look at
to
this.
the actual shot itself. Yep.
Oh
It used-
God, I just
it
That
used
was,
to be red.
Easy.
Yeah.
It was red at first, and now it's blue.
color corrected.
That was done by stop motion when the thing fired. Stop motion animation.
Mm.
I don't know what anyone's done to it there. They might have recreated that, but the original was done stop motion.
Here you
This
go,
is
guys.
so good. It looks like a painting. Yeah, look at this. Oh,
Oh.
God.
But also the thought that went into this is their escape plan isn't done on the lam. They've got it all worked out. You know, if they
Yeah.
are discovered, they know how to get people out of here as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh no, let's run out the back entrance so it's blocked by rocks.
Yeah, everything works with logic in this film. You know, they didn't attack with TIE fighters because their defenses would have taken out any airborne offensive. They've got that, which is why they have to use the ATATs to come in on the ground to try and get below the force field and destroy the generator. You know, it's all thought out. Whereas in the Star Wars films, they haven't got a fucking clue about logic and about strategy whatsoever. They just they've got baddies versus goodies. That's it.
And it's lucky that they didn't run out of petrol, isn't it? And the Star Destroyers, like in the stupid whatever that movie was called, running out of petrol. What the fuck's that about? Seriously.
Yeah, that shitty sec. Yeah.
So this is where they're trying to escape the planet and run the blockade, isn't it? So
yeah. So they fight the blockade and it disarmed them, and so the ships could go past the
enhanced.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that that toy. It used to fit shitloads of action figures inside it.
At the handle, didn't it? You could pull up and
Yeah, the handle you see at the back there, the thing, the fin at the back there, was in the center of the the thing, and you just twisted it, and the top lid opened up, and you could put about 16, 20 action figures inside it.
Yeah, and it had the little compartments for all the accessories under the front and the back.
Oh yeah,
And the little escape hatch at the bottom.
Here you go, folks. Happy Ion. You see what I did there? The Ion cannon.
Yeah, iconic.
It's really funny. 20th Century Fox was like, George Lucas was like, yeah, I want the toys. I want the rights to over the toys to the film. 20th Century Fox. Yeah, you can have it, mate. You can have it. doesn't bother us.
Yeah. Oh my god, I bet it killed himself. That's
look there
in
with
the back seat here.
yeah, look with dead meat.
Yeah. Written on his helmet.
Yeah. Was it Hot Shots Part 2?
Yes, it was.
I can't remember the first one.
Enhanced by Adiwan again, the background.
Is this where all the money went?
And well, as I said, I just love what Adiwan has done to this film. He's actually made it
look at
better.
that.
Yeah, he's made it better.
We see more walkers. We see scout walkers. We see full on full scale of the offensive. Yeah.
Again, guys, in the chat, if you send us if you want this, send us an email. Email is on the community page. Send us an email. We'll sort some out.
But first, listen to the Star Wars Cantina comedy parody song. Okay, listen to that. Yeah. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He's added more here.
That.
He's added more.
Yeah. Originally, we just got 3 Imperial walkers. Now we've got all the backup.
So, do you know what makes me laugh? Right. So, I got this from Matt, and I watched it. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And then I sent it to my brother, and my brother rang me up and said, "Oh yeah, they've added this bit." And he put the phone down to me, and then 10 minutes later, he was like, "He added this bit." And it just carried on all the way through the day. Keep ringing me, going, "And they added that bit."
This is
what
what
you
you
go.
want in special
It's
edition,
not woke enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
As I said, 14-year-old self watching this on VHS.
I'm not sure if the speeders in the background have been added here as well. And
I think they have. They have.
Flaps working as well as they turn. Oh my god!
Some of them were more added here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this film's just a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. It's a masterpiece of writing, masterpiece
Irving
of
Kershner.
filmmaking. Yeah. Well, Irving Kershner was Lucas's teacher, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Film teacher.
went to direct RoboCop 2, last
He
film
did
he ever did.
indeed. Yeah,
Oh,
he
dear.
did. Well, it's not his fault. Again, if you've signed a
Studio.
contract, and the studio changes the script as it goes along. That's happened to me actually. So there you go. I know what it's like. But there you go.
Just imagine, like, you're still buzzing from the original Star Wars movie, and then you're sitting down and you're getting all this new stuff, and you're faced with this just epic battle right near the start of the second movie, and you're already just, the blood's pumping, and the excitement's through
Even
the
into
roof. Oh my god!
Even without Addy Wan's effects, when I was in the cinema watching this, and my mind was blown as a kid, just sitting there, blown. I was like, so awesome. I love that helmet. I want that helmet.
the helmet at the front. Oh god, that is great.
They're so amazing designs, aren't they?
My friend's got one of
Julian
them.
Glover was fantastic in this.
Yeah.
He also turned out to be a villain for Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade.
Of course. I was
Walter
wondering where I'd
Donovan.
seen him before in Last Crusade. Yeah. Look at that! Look at the scout walker there, look, turning and shooting upwards. Oh, amazing!
Considering all that was stop motion or go motion, whatever you called it,
Yeah,
just incredible.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
There was a vote a couple of years ago about what is the best special effect ever, and that came out number one. The Walkers came out number one.
Yeah.
And the reason why it came out number one, even though there's loads of special effects with CGI, is because of how difficult it was to do that. Not only are you dealing with moving it 1 inch and taking a picture, but you're also dealing with that the creation of snow. So they say they weren't allowed to touch certain things, otherwise they'd interrupt the thing of the snow. So they had hatches that they came up in.
Yeah.
And that to move the walker. It's a fantastic visual effect and well done. So
I will say, if one thing Disney Plus have done well, they did a 6-part documentary on ILM.
Yeah,
and they went into detail with this sequence, and fantastic. Worth a watch. Was it called ILM?
I don't know.
Yeah, 6-part documentary. It was good up until I think episode 4 when Guess Who turned up.
Yeah, you don't want to be watching her.
And then it went downhill from there. So Disney
you know that
Plus,
shot?
ILM.
That shot with George Lucas and all the models around him. You guys must have seen that shot.
Yeah, iconic.
The iconic shot where he's just standing there, and it's like you got the Star Destroyer behind you, got you got all the ships that was in Star Wars. Let's see JJ stand in front of all the ships that were built for those movies. There'll be nothing there. It'll just be a computer.
Yes, big LCD. Melvin Deeply in the chat. Subscribe to Tim's channel. He's put a link. He's into his Star Wars stuff. Timmy. Help a fellow out. Help him get to the 1K. He's pushing on. So
Dak.
Poor
old Dak.
He's
dead meat.
He's so hopeful, isn't he? So eager
Yeah.
to get out there, and then gets wiped on his first trip.
Poor old
there
Dak.
you go. Look,
Dak.
Dak.
What?
Animaus. You recommended it to me at Mr. Brownlands. That's me. Yeah, I think it was called ILM. It was a great documentary.
There goes a little. That wasn't in the original. That's the snowspeeder getting down just between them.
And the music from John Williams, so good.
Brilliant.
In this scene, so good.
Oh God, I love the design of this laser cannon here.
I remember my little brother Richard. He got for Christmas. He got the Walker. He got the snow speeder. He got all the characters and stuff for Christmas. He even got the plastic snow thing with
a
the
friend
green.
of mine had all this. It
I
was
was
fantastic.
So jealous.
That is
to hell.
That would be the greatest Christmas of your life.
The snow speeder model was fantastic, but the AT-AT Walker was even better.
Yeah, it was big. It was big.
Just incredible. I did like the snow speeder though. I still like the snow speeder.
Oh, incredible! Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. I bet there's people watching this stream now that haven't seen Adiwan's version that are going, I don't remember that bit.
Send us an email, folks.
So just a history behind this. It's Adiwan is a visual effects guy, and he's a huge fan of Star Wars. And he went out. I think this took him 2 years, 3 years tops to actually add these things into the Star Wars. I think he's working on Return of the Jedi at the moment, but he did this on Star Wars and Empire just to enhance it better. He did a better job than Lucas did when Lucas redid these versions.
Yeah, I wonder what. I'm assuming Lucas has seen these.
No, Lucas doesn't care. George doesn't care about this anymore. He gave it away.
Well, it's better
Gave
than his
away
version. Better than what he did.
Well, look, George is a billionaire. You know, he hasn't got time to worry about things like this. He's coming to a ripe old age. He's just chilling, man. He deserves to chill. You know, that's the thing.
Here you go. Uninspired reviewer. He did an amazing job, surpassing all the official versions.
Indeed.
Yeah, he did,
Passing anything and everything Disney have done since as well.
Yeah, no, definitely, because he was respectful to the actual film itself. He didn't go and change things or add things into it. He did add, obviously, but he was respectful.
I just think that one shot just sums it up in one still, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
It is a work of art.
The whole film's a work of art, mate. I keep saying this.
What was already there, didn't he?
Yeah, I keep saying this to people. When I watch Spy Love Me, I think that's a work of art too. A lot of people laugh at me at that, but you know, if you don't look at it, the way I look at it, you know, you'll never see it.
Agreed. There's an improved Vader hologram as well. Yeah.
This is where Julian Glover does his best British voice, and I just love it.
The shield is down, Lord Vader. You may start your landing.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's fantastic.
Shoulders back. Get to it, Darth.
This is one of my favorite scenes. Where my favorite scene is when Han and Leia's trying to get out, and you know, they get to that. The music is so fantastic, and the impending Darth Vader trying to get to them is love that scene. Love it. Here's Wedge. Wedge always compliments people on short shots. Yeah, great shot, Retu.
Kit Curran, King of the Airways, back in the day.
No, actually, I think Adiwan added the flaps in the scene. So he added the flaps working at the back. I think that's what he added. Not sure.
Right. It just looks. The console at the side of the pilot. It's just utterly fantastic.
The little greeblies, as they call them.
So he compliments people here, and then Return of the Jedi he does compliment a lot of people. A lot.
No one compliments him back.
No one does.
Here you go, Melvin. Wedge is Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Should have advised him a bit better on
said,
that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done it. No.
He told him, don't do it. Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And Ewan McGregor's like, fuck that, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Boom.
All miniatures, just brilliant.
No, this one goes there. That one goes there, right?
Yeah, I love it.
They studied the movements of elephants to get the
walkers. Yeah,
done perfectly.
Yeah. He's still got his silver leg.
Oh yeah.
I love how his red arm, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how they show how R2 gets in and out of stuff with this.
The new version of Star Wars really hated R2, didn't they? They hated him so much that he only appeared in it in 2 brief moments. Hated him.
Anthony Daniels hated him too.
Well, he hated the guy that was in it, not R2.
Poor Kenny.
Yeah.
So much action going on here.
Yeah.
Nice one-time profit.
Boom, 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 boom. Brilliant. Look at that. Added all that stuff in as well.
Is it that one? Time Prophet in the chat. They also study the movement of elephants when they put SJWs in movies now. I do. I can't disagree.
That's very good. Yeah, this shot here is just amazing as well. Love this. I always wondered what that view would look like.
Don't give us what we want in movies today. It is so annoying.
They know what we want as well,
won't give
but
it to
they
us.
don't do it. Yeah.
Here you go, Kenny Baker. Rest in peace.
I actually met Kenny Baker.
Did you?
I did it.
Yeah.
Boreham Wood Star Wars Day as well, back in '94, I think it was.
Nice guy.
He was.
I liked him. Yeah.
Anthony Daniels didn't.
Was that the one at the sports centre?
Oh, I'm not sure. No, it was actually on the site of the studios.
All right, no, that's fine then.
Moving on.
Drink a look.
I just love the enhanced snow speeder engines and stuff at the back.
Yeah.
It's just.
They had trouble with that, didn't they? They used blue screen in those days, and they had trouble with trying to key out because everything was so white, snow-wise. They had trouble keying. So I think in the original version, you could just slightly see through the cockpit and everything. It was just slightly see through. But obviously, technology they can get rid of it.
Here you go, uninspired. They just don't care to give us what we want in brackets.
Yeah,
the customers close bracket. I added that bit, but
do you remember when Return of the Jedi came out, and then they had that documentary, and they showed those two TIE fighters going through the Millennium Falcon? They made a mistake.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah.
It was in the film.
Yeah, they missed two TIE fighters out because that was the most complicated shot in history at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a shame, really, because he's the one that found Han Solo, and then he gets burned up for it.
Oh, rip Dak.
Lest we forget the fallen heroes of the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah. And always remember this: the sound effects of the walkers came from a machine press, didn't it? In Chinatown. Yeah, Ben Burt went out there to record a clothes presser for the walkers' legs. Yeah.
In the chat, Time Prophet, did you know they used potatoes for asteroids in this movie? Yes, we did.
And a shoe.
As opposed to using potatoes for actors and actresses.
Swappers, would you like that model?
The
life size?
The destroyed snowspeeder.
How good is that?
Half buried in the snow. But built a full-size one. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a terrible effect, but hey, anyone couldn't save that shot. He could not save that shot.
This looks different.
Color corrected.
I think, and I think did they add a light there?
Even a lens flare.
It's only in for a second.
Yeah.
That flash.
So the base is just about to be overrun and they're getting out.
So
there you go.
Look at that.
More effects.
There's a lot more, folks. There's a lot more wreckage and stuff there as well than originally. I think the sky might be different as well. There's a lot more definition there.
Yeah, there is. Definitely.
That's the ultimate desktop picture.
Yeah.
And his friends are running there.
The troops in this was accurate as fuck because those AT-ATs pick off soldiers as they're running away.
Yeah.
You really don't want to mess with these guys.
He got the replica outfits absolutely spot on for these reshoot bits.
How does he fund this? Is it like an Indiegogo or?
No, he's a special effects geezer. He works with film.
So has he paid for this all himself, or?
I think he did. I think some people gave him money. I'm not sure.
Do we know when Return of the Jedi is turning up?
I don't know.
I wish I could get in contact with him and find out, but I don't know. I don't know what channel.
Maybe he's in hiding or something because obviously he's not supposed to be doing it.
Kathy will be after him.
Yeah. You know what they're like.
I just take my hat off to those people that actually went out the way to make Star Wars the film into the original version.
Mm.
You ever hear about that one? So they
Despecialized.
literally, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Amazing. This goes to show, don't it? Star Wars means a lot of things to a lot of people, billions of
doesn't-
fans around the
Well,
world.
not to Kathleen Kennedy, doesn't
But that's what I'm
the
saying. That's what I'm saying.
The uninspired reviewer, he's been working on Return of the Jedi for over a year already.
Yeah, I think it's more like three years. by
Yeah,
now.
it's got to be longer than that.
Yeah.
How stupid have you got to be to mess up something like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Very.
It's like I've always said, it's like the greatest work of art in a gallery that that a Renaissance artist could create, that everyone marvels over and reveres for centuries, and then some twat comes along and pisses all over it. That's Kathleen Kennedy, basically.
There you go.
She's like
Says it
Just
all.
Stop Oil. She just comes in and glues her hand to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's a good one.
I love this bit. It's so cool.
Throws the bomb in there.
Luke being an awesome hero.
Yeah, he is a hero, unlike the original, the new ones, which is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Old Roundhead.
I tell you what, mate, seriously, Star Wars fans should just corner him and just beat the crap out of him.
Yep.
You really should.
We'll just get all their copies of The Last Jedi and insert them into him.
Oh, for God's sake.
Widthways.
Yeah.
I've got a plan. I've got a plan.
Careful
but
with the.
it involves 5 tickets to the UK premiere of Knives Out 2.
What? Fat onions.
We'll get him as soon as the lights go out.
But what's funny about it is that I will never watch the film. I don't care how good it is. I'll never watch it because of what he did to Star Wars.
Yeah, same.
Hashtag demonetized.
This is an amazing shot added. This is all new. This is incredible. The trail of smoke heading down as the attack falls, and it drops on top of one of the 2-legged walkers as well.
Look in the background there.
Yeah, the size of Luke in scale.
Yeah, just incredible work. Absolutely incredible.
The absolute balls on that kid to have jumped down from there.
Yeah. But he knew, if I don't take this down, then it could be the end of my friends, so.
It's a couple of vinyls there.
Here you go, happy on glass onion indeed. He shattered everything and made me cry. He made us all cry.
That was his goal.
As I said, everything always goes back to Last Jedi. When I watched that in the cinema, I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. But 6 years down the line, yeah.
Yeah, it was only after we came out, wasn't it, that we realised that we could start articulating.
Yeah, it's like something's not right.
Yeah.
Here you go, new face, Frankie's NTV. Hello, Frankie. We talking Roundhead? Yes, we are.
He's trending again on Twitter, the bastard. Well, not him, but the film is. Yeah.
Why is he trending?
The Last Jedi is trending. Sorry.
Again.
Yeah,
Why is
people
it
are just really trying to keep it relevant by talking about it. It's just pathetic. It really
It just won't flush, will it?
No. No, it was an upper decker, that film.
Here you go. This is where the depressing comments are coming in now. Happy on the Odo maneuver destroyed all space battles.
Yeah, ran out of petrol. We're
Luke
running
is
out of
dead.
petrol. So what a stupid idea. That Roundhead should be really get his head kicked in, stupid idiot.
Reshaped his head, yeah.
Mary Poppins bit. What a load of bollocks. Seriously.
Here you go. Another fantastic
Look at
desktop
this.
picture.
The AT-AT's using all of their blasters as well, which is the first time we've seen that.
Yeah.
Was that even the side of one of them opened up then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the little snow troopers.
Oh
coming
my
out.
God, I've never noticed that before. Wow. They're both
The
of
swap shop has just arrived, everybody.
They can fly now, can they?
Oh, this is incredible.
No, they'll be rappelling down, won't they, from a line?
Yeah, they'll be rappelling off the side.
I
Both
thought-
of them, both walkers. Look at that.
I thought they could fly now.
Not back then.
Time Profit At Mr. Brown Lance asked me, how many desktops do you think we have? Lol. Many desktops, probably.
Sport for choice now.
They just fantastic.
Retreat. Run away.
Z, I can see why you watched it twice.
I love the
So
fact they've
lovely.
added this here. You can actually see the shield generator getting destroyed, and it's all perfectly clear as well.
There you go.
Mm.
Look at
So
that.
the base is cleared out.
Empty Echo base. It's a ghost town.
This is one of my favourite scenes.
Yeah.
Would it help if I got out and push? It might.
Right.
Right. This
Great.
is just. I always wanted to live in that hangar back there. I always wanted to live in that hangar, just to be in that environment when I was 7 years old. Of all the speeders around me and Tauntauns running about and droids and all this stuff going on around me. I couldn't have imagined a more amazing place to have existed when I was 7 years old. Just take me from Earth and put me there in the middle of that environment, and you can see Han and Leia running past, and there's C-3PO and. I mean, what more would you ever want as a kid of that age? You know, oh god, here comes Vader. Here comes the
Do you
big
want to
bad.
see some Macquarie?
Yeah.
God,
Do you know what though? Probably in the future, what they'd do is they take your favourite film, and the computer would calculate everything within every frame, and then you put a VR on, and you'll go into the film and walk around and take a look at everything, and it'd be like you're actually there. That's probably what they'll do. I'll give it another 15 years, and we're there.
And then what will happen is you will meet in a darkened room Kathleen Kennedy.
Can I just say for a moment, using that idea, Mega Geek, reconstruct the entirety. We know it's not going to happen because Disney are fucktards, but reconstruct the entirety of The Empire Strikes Back in complete full 3D environment, every single scene, every single environment, and play the film in fully rendered three-dimensional objects. So everything appears kind of almost real, and you get to walk around inside it and see every scene from every angle that you want.
Yeah.
And you actually get to just be in there. That would be the
doesn't
ultimate
Secret
experience.
Cinema do something similar, but obviously not as...
No, they don't do things like that. They basically throw smoke at you and give you food, and it's ridiculous. I've been to Secret Cinema before.
Oh, yeah.
They can keep it secret, as far as I'm concerned. I went to see Back to the Future. I was so disappointed with it. All these idiots waving their Back to the Future things. Oh yeah, it's really good, isn't it? It's like, no, all they're doing is projecting the film and giving us shit, and I have to pay extra for this. Do you know what I mean? Stupid.
Here you go. The mighty Bijot Moore swap shop would have to eat plenty of ready break to live on Hoth.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, I'd stand out. I stand out.
Can
to
you
the
just
end there.
imagine, Matt, with this scene here, a computer reconstructs this, and you could be in there and walk around Princess Land. Then they won't see you, but you can walk around the whole place and be amazing, wouldn't it?
Here you go. John Z, was it John Z? That sounds like some type of meta holographic wet dream.
Definitely wet.
It does.
It does. I would have. You could be like. You could go. You could be standing in this room with these guys at the moment. You could just say, you know what? I've seen this scene, so I'm just going to go and have a look at the engineering section.
Yeah, exactly.
You could walk into the engineering room and just like have a nose around and hear the engines and hear them talking in the distance, like a couple of corridors away. Just that, oh my god, it'd be fucking amazing.
And also, you're so engrossed by looking at the engine room that suddenly it takes off and you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? Oh, it's the bit where Darth Vader's attacking. Yeah, it's the bit where we're escaping. Okay, let me go back to the cockpit. You know what I mean?
You can hear all the blasting outside and everything.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Who wouldn't pay? Like, I'd pay $1,000 for that experience. That'd be so amazing.
So they're trying to get off the base, and Leia's giving Solo
because it's
hard
not moving.
time.
That's the bit where she says, would it help if I got out and push? And,
and
goes,
then this, and then this.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah.
That's this to Z, isn't it?
This bucket of boats is never going to get us past that blockade, he says. And he says, the ship's got a few surprises left in her, sweetheart. Brilliant.
I'll tell you what, Han Solo is just so fucking brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah. He does this a lot in films.
Yeah.
He actually did it in Witness at one point, didn't he?
Yeah. Probably did it in Frantic as well, didn't he?
Is it because he thought he was going to be leaving? This was going to be the last time, and he just didn't care.
He was under contract. He wanted to, and he had a big discussion with George, and George was thought about it, and George said, "No, I can't kill Han Solo." And so they paid him more money to come in Return of the Jedi. And so yeah, rest is history.
It is.
Mm. This is the Doctor Who moment, isn't it? Where he hits the thing and it comes back alive.
There's L337 up the top of your screen there for.
I love when he presses that switch and the little machine gun comes down and shoots all the stormtroopers, and it goes back up. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty cool.
Why didn't Darth Vader just use his force pull powers like he did in Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, it's all bollocks, isn't it? I don't consider those films part of Star Wars at all. I really don't.
No way.
Look at the snowtroopers in the background. Oh,
yeah, they're great, aren't they? Absolutely fantastic.
I love those figures. They were great. The little Kenner one.
Yeah,
love that design.
So cool.
Again,
that always bothered me. This shot that it never had a shadow underneath when it was flying. Even in the added one version, he didn't add a shadow of the Millennium Falcon as it flew. Even when I saw the original version, didn't have a shadow of anything. I was like, "Where's the shadow?"
In this scene's defense, though, it does look like a little bit of half-light, so the shadow might not have been as harsh.
Yeah, maybe. And these bits are all added by Adam on.
The rebel transport in the background is actually landed on the ground here, whereas in the original movie, it's kind of inexplicably hovering above the surface, isn't it? But there's just so much more detail here with people running around and stuff, and you really get the feeling of reality a lot more.
So Luke
flies off. Flies off in his.
Where's he going? Dagobah system.
The Dagobah system. Yeah, he's going there. Poor old Artie's going to get a mud full of thing. And they actually corrected the writing on the dashboard, didn't they? Because it was moving all over the place when you saw the original version, but he's kind of solidified it.
Oh, okay, very good.
Thing, yeah.
Do we get to see that? I wonder. Has Brownie got the picture?
No.
No,
this is my favourite scene again. Two favourite scenes. I watched this 20 times when I had it on VHS. This scene, rolled it back, watched the asteroid field, rolled it back again, watched it again, rolled it back again. I must have worn out my VHS tape. It's so awesome, this scene.
I love how Kenobi tried to replicate.
Yeah, I was going to say, well done,
but failed miserably.
And also, sorry, go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that this whole sequence coming up now is peak Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah.
With just the space chases and the amazing direction and the way the ships move, the way we've got objects and the hyperkinetic nature of what we're seeing on screen, the movement and the speed. It's just when this is what you think of when you're a little kid and you thought Star Wars was just that amazing flying action in space with lasers and ships and just it's got everything, absolutely everything.
In the chats, the music here is awesome. Frankie, the music is so important here.
This was the Imperial March. The first time we heard the Imperial March as well.
Yeah,
it's such a great scene because I mean, from the previous movie, you know how easy it is for them to disable and capture ships. So there's genuine tense moments here that you think that your heroes are going to be captured, and there's absolutely no way out for them.
But I mean, this scene is such an iconic scene. Even Red Dwarf copied it. Do you know what I mean? So, and other films copied it as well. The asteroid field scene. It's just such a really great moment, especially when the Millennium Falcon is dodging all the asteroids, and it does that wonderful flip and it comes towards the screen and then it goes back again. I mean, as I said, if it was shot today, the camera would be moving all over the place, doing impossible movements that subconsciously a camera can't do. But because they were limited with the effects in those days, it made it perfect as far as I was concerned. You could see the beauty of what the ship was doing, you know? That's just me.
And this is where we see the potatoes. Potatoes!
He added more asteroids in this scene, didn't he? Other one. Absolutely brilliant.
Again, the Falcon flying towards the camera from the side, another iconic scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the way it swoops backwards and forwards like that,
Yeah.
dodging the asteroids.
As I said, if it was CGI, they'd think, that's just too simple. We can make the camera go over it and inside it and then come out, and that's far more spectacular. But it's not. It's not. Because you can doesn't mean to say you have to.
Here you go, Romeo. Williams' music is a huge part of the setting and character in the film. It makes us feel like we're there with them.
Absolutely.
Same thing with his Superman theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
You're not wrong, mate. I would imagine this scene would have been very, very difficult to do with all the individual asteroids.
Yeah.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds. But there's the revised Lucas version, C-3PO says, "Oh, there's nowhere to go," and in the original version, he doesn't say that at all. I don't know why they added that line in the George Lucas, the revisited version, when they re-released it, but it's not in the original. It's really weird.
I think
the
way they shot this, is just amazing.
That looks pretty good. What looks pretty good? That will do nicely.
What are the chances of flying into a mouth?
What's the chance of it having a breathable atmosphere?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't breathable, but
No,
the
it
gravity
wasn't.
was there. The gravity was there.
Yeah. That the mask on, didn't they? Had to use the mask.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Minox. What
There
a
you go.
wonderful thing.
Appion, Han Solo is the shit. What a pilot, yeah.
Indeed. See, he knew his ship and he knew how to fly it, and he'd spent time getting to know it, and he was an expert at it. But then along comes some stupid fucking goofy girl out of a desert and ends up doing everything better than him instantly.
I just hate what they did in Han Solo, where they made out that it didn't belong to him, and we know it belonged to Lando, but he had to learn how to fly it and all that. I just thought, this is such a shit script. When I was watching it, I was like, no.
I didn't even see it. I wouldn't let it sully my life. Just abysmal.
I think I've only seen it once.
This bit when this is just amazing. We've got new environments. We've got the amazing environment of the asteroid. So we're getting taken on an incredible adventure there, and then we're going to a whole new planet we've never seen before. We don't know what to expect. And we've got another adventure coming up. We've had the amazing adventure of Hoth to begin with. Now we're split up and we're going on 2 separate adventures now. It's just there's so much fun and excitement going on. It's you wonder how you took it as a kid. It's just incredible.
Yeah. It is awesome. This film is awesome.
You're not wrong.
This is all
So
new.
we're on Dagobah.
Oh my god! Look at this! Look at this!
Do you know what we're going to do, folks? I think we're going to. Some of the guys in the chat have saying we should split this into 2.
Why?
Because we're nearly at 2 hours and we haven't even got through the first set of slides yet.
Don't bother me.
So I was kind of thinking maybe we should just have a little half time for maybe quarter of an hour. What do you think?
If you, it's up to you. It's your channel.
I'm good.
I'm good too. It's
I'm
up
good,
to you,
yeah.
mate.
It's just that last week we were flagging at the end of last week, and yeah, even though 3 hours 30 was good. Yeah. Anyway, so Luke has landed on Dagobah.
Yeah, we've got the Macquarie concept spider creature on the right there as well in that shot, which was amazing.
Oh yeah, you can just about see it.
And all
Which
the
they
eggs.
ended up using in the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
Apparently, we're 40 minutes into the movie. We're starting to get into kind of. I don't know how EFAP can do 12 hours. How can they do 12 hours?
They haven't got jobs.
Oh, okay. There you go, folks. The secret of EFAP, they haven't got jobs.
Yeah, the thing is though, you get. I mean, I can't see anyone sticking it for 12 hours. It's ridiculous. You know, you're bound to get bored with it.
What do they have? Like an empty plastic bottle by the side of them that they just have a wee in every so often.
A catheter.
Catheter Kennedy.
Yes. Official EFAP merchandise. Catheters.
Oh, you should just knock that up in Photoshop, Brian.
Get your Mauler adult nappy now.
Luking back to tank nappy, yeah.
Okay.
For some
So
reason,
this is where R2 falls in, isn't it?
Yeah, as a kid, I used to have, because there was so many like public service adverts and things like that, and movies and everything featuring quicksand in them or swamps around in the 80s and 70s. Like the original Star Wars movie had the trash compactor broom, and it was kind of an ongoing theme. So I had a kind of like a weird kind of obsession with things like that, and like thinking, oh no, I'm gonna, you don't fall in there, there's an horrible monster in there somewhere. Flash Gordon had it as well in numerous places, all that kind of stuff. But like below the surface, there's something lurking that's unseen that's going to get you. And this film played on that as well brilliantly with this swamp scene. I thought that was superb. And there's like R2 like paddling along, and something gets him, and it adds to the atmosphere so much, that kind of sense of the unknown, and you don't know what's out there in the nature of this new environment. And they really made Dagobah to be this amazing place that you genuinely thought was real.
I'm not going to lie. The sensor scope was my favourite upgrade to the Kenner Ranger toys.
Here
That.
you go. Melvin, EFAP spends 12 hours talking about a show they hate. They're insane.
That is insane.
And obviously they don't work for a living. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a great set.
Yeah, look at that. There's just the lighting from the X-ray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't this George Lucas's unfinished swimming pool?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he finish it? Is it because there was a giant X-wing in it?
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to finish when these set of slides have finished. We're nearly at the end of these first set. Probably going to bail out at 2 hours. And shall we come back? Do you want to come back tomorrow? Or have a break? What do you think, guys? I'd kind of like to come back tomorrow if you're available. What do you think? The choice is yours.
I should be available, but the problem with me tomorrow night is I've got to kind of have an early night because of Monday. But
Right.
Okay.
Okay. This is where R2 gets flown out the swamp by something.
Gets spat out. We don't get to see what this thing is. Oh, it might be on all the the merchandise and books that came out afterwards, but we don't.
I think we just see the fin.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't mean fin as in the Ray.
Yeah, we see its back sort of rising and falling back into the under the surface.
So it's full of swamp juice. Meanwhile, back on the Star Destroyer, Super Star Destroyer.
Oh, Lord Vader.
Oh, this is where we see Vader, isn't it?
This is the strange sound his helmet makes, isn't it, when it seals?
First time we see him, isn't it?
Yeah, the back of his head. Yeah, the damage and the scarring. Yeah. Oof.
Here you go. The resident cop of the channel, Fat Gandalf, Kathleen Kennedy, is the swamp.
Swamp monster. She is absolutely utter swamp donkey.
And this is where Yoda appears. Frank Oz.
Such
I
a great
remember
shot that.
Yeah.
this is amazing. It's a really good screenshot as well. The first time I ever learned of Yoda was on bubblegum cards. Sometime before the movie was even released. I think I must have been about 6 and a bit, 7. Me and my friend were in the newsagent, and we were looking, and because we just went up there with like a pound each or something to go and get some penny sweets, and we were looking at all the new confectionery underneath the counter through the glass, and we saw these Star Wars Empire Strikes Back cards, and they had Yoda on the front of them. And Yoda was on the front of them, and then also Luke in his gear here as well. And because we knew nothing about the film, he was like saying to me, like, "Oh, look at that!" I was like, "What film's that from?" He says, "It's the new Star Wars film. It's a new Star Wars film." I went, "Oh my god, this is what?" And I knew nothing about it. And he said, "Yeah, look, that's Luke Skywalker, and that's what he turns into." And he was like pointing to Yoda, and I was like sitting there horrified because Yoda kind of scared me because he's like this kind of weird looking green creature, and I thought somehow something happened to Luke and he turned into Yoda. So I completely misunderstood this whole concept of Dagobah and what Yoda was doing there. So I was pleasantly surprised when I saw the film. But this scene here is incredible, and Yoda just turns up out of nowhere and surprises Luke and starts his whole it's like shtick, isn't it? Trying to fool him, which they completely bastardized in The Last Jedi and made him look.
Frankie's NTV. Yes, it was Pinewood Studios.
Certainly was.
I'm looking for
Great acting for a puppet.
you have, huh?
Frank Oz brought Yoda to life, didn't he? It was just fantastic. Didn't even think it was a puppet.
No, you really didn't. You really didn't. The animatronics of his ears moving and everything just really added to it, I think.
I what you call it? When I first saw it, I was like, "Yeah, it's a Muppet." But then, as the film, but it's true. It's true. When I first saw it, I was like, "Shit, it's a Muppet." But then his character, won you over.
Yeah.
And you just forgot he was a Muppet.
Mm.
You
just
accept him as Yoda. Yeah, exactly. So you got to take your hat off to Frank Oz, bringing him alive.
Yeah.
It's the ingenious production design on the character as well by the original concept designer. I can't remember the guy's name, who used his own face, didn't he, as inspiration.
Partly it was Einstein, wasn't it, for the eyes?
Yeah, and Einstein as well. Yeah,
Yoda, you seek Yoda. Yeah, definitely.
So this scene here, remind me what he's saying to her. I can't remember.
He's saying, "My hands are dirty too. What are you afraid of?" That's what he says to her.
Oh yeah.
Where have you been putting them?
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, you could actually feel the sexual chemistry between them two.
Yeah,
it's because they both shagged.
He was real. Yeah, he was real.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
That was probably just a Brucey bonus, a Georgie bonus for this film, wasn't it? It just lifted it up that extra level.
Lightning in a bottle, as they say.
Yeah.
Good
Top
angle.
cock blocking by 3PO.
I love the angle of this shot. It's great.
Z, you know what the secret of comedy is, don't you?
Time. Me.
Yes, it is. Did you feel embarrassed when you walked in?
Oh no, Mr. Brown. I was hoping for a threesome.
Oh God!
More effects.
So back in space, the asteroids are hitting the Star Destroyers, aren't
they? Yeah. Apart from
there
the big one.
Time profit, timing.
One of them gets knocked out here, and you see it on the hologram.
Yeah.
There he goes. That's a great moment.
There's even people walking in the background.
No, this is good. Yep. Brilliant stuff.
Black suited Imperial officer. We don't see many of those.
No, I should apologise to Lord Vader. That guy. What an idiot.
I love how one of them disappears as their Star Destroyer is destroyed.
Yeah, we were just mentioning that. Yeah, incredible.
I don't know what they did to Darth Vader. I mean, I didn't mind what Darth Vader did in Rogue One, but everything beyond that point that Disney did to Darth Vader really spoils the mystique of him. You know, it really does.
Yeah.
Never mind. We
I just
enjoyed it. We enjoyed it at the time, didn't we? And that's
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
It won't
Nothing-
sully my memories. I just don't acknowledge it as part of Star
on
Wars.
2 hours. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah,
So
the
this
original.
wasn't. The original Emperor. Not even McDermott, is it?
Nope.
McDiarmid.
No, they added that on nicely.
There's actually an actress called Marjorie Eaton who played the part, and it was voiced by anyone.
Don't know.
I read
Don't
the name,
know.
but I can't remember.
Can't remember either. As far as I
That's what you're asking.
Secret of comedy, timing, fucking the lineup. Okay, so
But he was originally called the Grand Vizier.
wow.
Look at you.
I know.
I bidding my master.
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant.
not even the
Actually,
original,
no,
is it?
this is not the original.
No, it's not.
Yes,
This is
before
Addy
No.
One's
that.
version.
Yeah.
So yes,
Oh,
I
right,
don't know
okay.
whose face is this. Is it this Ian McDermott's face?
That is
Yeah.
McDermott, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
think
the
we-
other one had a funny eye.
All
All
didn't
right,
it?
so they've enhanced it a little bit. Okay. I think we're going to finish there, guys. On 2 hours, we've only got to about 50 minutes into the film.
Scratch the surface.
So, what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to have a little bit of a half time and come back, or should we come back
I'll be willing to
another
come back.
time?
Yeah, half time for me. Make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right, guys, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go away, get energized.
Like a
You just
bunny.
want to have a piss, don't you?
I need to feed the cat.
Believe me.
Oh, for God's
She's been looking at me with dagger eyes. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to have 10-15 minutes. We're going to have half time. I will sort all the doings out, and then we'll come back in 15.
Is
And
that
really
the cat's doing?
energized. Yeah.
Okay.
So here you go. Please consider donating to the channel. Links in the description, pin message, all that. Like, share, subscribe, all that. I will have to update the graphic as well. So, volume 160, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. I think that is it for the time being, guys. So, Ian, cheers. Thank you.
No worries.
Swappers, cheers, pal.
Thank you.
Z, wonderful.
A pleasure.
Cheers, Brian.
no worries, pleasure.
And chat, we will see you soon. Guys, you're wonderful. You know that. So watch out for the link. Go away, have something to eat, do your doings, and then we'll come back in 15-20 minutes. So that is it, everybody. Take care.
Ta-da.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you at the other side of this. So I'm going to press a button and say, see you in a bit. Bye.